Hello everyone, my name is Caroline Jacobs and today we're going to talk about movement in the presentation. One of the greatest aspects of presentations is how only one or two little aspects can either make or break the experience. For instance, with something as simple as eye contact, with minimal hand gestures, you're able to connect with your audience and capture their attention. In contrast, something like too much moving, pacing, waving your arms around like this can totally take your presentation down a different road. Two different experiences. I've been really interested in body movement and how it affects the audience ever since I started giving presentations. When I started, I was over the top with my arm and hand movements, mostly because I really like to move when I'm talking, like this. However, after I watched several presenters who use excessive movements, I realized there is a fine line between giving life to a presentation through movement and draining your audience with too much action. Two attributes that can make or break a presentation are body composure and eye contact. I want to take a look at how these two can drastically change how the audience may react to your message. As a presenter, you are the most vital part of the presentation, so it's important to use it. Body movements add to the presentation, but there's a point that it becomes too distracting. According to the Gennard method, a performance-based public speaking training academy, there is an acronym to remember how to use your body minimally in order to ensure a non-distracting presentation. It's called NODS. The N stands for neutral. It's important to stand in a neutral position, hands by your sides with your weight on both feet. Most people want to put their weight on one leg, like this, which shifts the body and the hip outward, causing an unbalanced, sloppy look. However, this one-legged slant is very natural for most people, so watch yourself. The O stands for open. With correct posture, you create a different atmosphere for the audience. For example, if I were to stand sloppy like this, kind of with my shoulders down, I would look much less professional. Make sure you put your shoulders back, arms to the sides, and face forward. This creates a more inviting environment for your audience, which will make them more comfortable. The D stands for define, which means you use your hands and arms in defined movements. Many people like to use their hands and even their arms when they talk, and sometimes this can get out of control, kind of big, large movements like this. In order to enable arm movement, make it defined, make it purposeful behind these movements, or else you'll lose your audience. Finally, the S stands for strong, which is very similar to the D as well. Make your movements strong and sharp. The more the presenter flails their arms and their hands around like this, the more likely the audience will stop paying attention. Using nods to rein in your body and movement posture, and your posture can tremendously help your presentation. Even though your body movement is very important, there is another attribute that is even more important, and that is eye contact. In a study done in the Environmental and Behavior Journal, researchers at Cornell University changed the direction of the cartoon rabbit's gaze on the Trix cereal boxes. They discovered that people would more often choose Trix over other brands if the rabbit were looking straight at them, rather off in a different direction. When you're not able to directly look into someone's eyes, it eliminates the personalization of the conversation. We're able to read people's emotions just from their eyes, so it's a natural thing to want to look straight into them. Eye contact is so important that most presenters struggle with it, though. It is one attribute that can either make or break the presentation. According to Furnham, a professor in psychology at the University College London, the extent of the eye contact a person gives can give off different signals to their audience. Let's look at a few of these examples. Some people shut their eyes a lot, kind of like this, moving their eyes a lot or closing them for long periods of times. This can come off as two different things. It can be very unnatural. This is a sign of boredom. It might signify that the presenter is not only interested in their topic, but maybe with their audience or the situation. The other meaning is superiority. This can signify the presenter feels superior to their topic or to their audience as well. This is very discouraging for the audience. Another thing presenters will do is give very darty eye contact, and this is another example, kind of looking off to the sides. This can signify embarrassment or shyness, in which neither bodes well for the presenter. Shifty eyes also discourage any type of two-way conversations from the audience to the presenter, which discourages the audience to participate or engage in the presentation. Having great eye contact with only a few members of the audience can also ruin your message. Although you're maintaining and maybe looking at just a few of your audience members, this can send a message of favoritism to your audience. No audience member likes to feel neglected or ignored, and this will just cause issues for the audience to connect. When a presenter maintains good eye contact, they can be seen as very confident, and they are seen as someone that people will trust. Overall, a presentation can either be lessened or made stronger through just a few key aspects. Through strong body composure and steady eye contact, a presenter can cut through the crowd and engage their audience in their message. If you have any questions, my information is listed here, and I also have my sources listed. So if you have any questions regarding the content, please don't hesitate to contact me.